Alright, how is everyone doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in for yet another video. And so, I got a nice stack of some Criterion films here that I'd like to go ahead and show off. Yeah, I've just been trying to catch up on, these stacks of movies that I have down here. I got a few stacks that I've been meaning to show off from, Goodwill and, thrift stores and things of that nature. And also, movies that I've been picking up from Barnes & Noble and Entertain Mart and things like that. And so, yeah, guys, it's been kind of hard, doing the travel vlogs lately because of the whole COVID-19 thing going on and just being in quarantine and not being able to leave the house unless for necessities, which, it's what we have to do for right now. I just hope we're all taking care of each other out there. I hope we're all being safe. And, it's been challenging doing this because I personally love to just get out on the road and travel and see new things and document them and film them. But yeah, I've just been stuck here at home. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So for the meantime, we're going to catch up on some of these video hauls that I have. And so without any further ado, let's go ahead and do this Criterion Collection because it has been a while. I think it's been about a year since the last time I showed off these Criterions right here. I don't have the biggest collection, but I do have some of the Criterion Collection in my personal collection. And so, but yeah, I really like Criterion. I love what they do as a movie company. I think they do some really amazing things with with some films. Of course, they just touch up on masterpieces and try to keep it close to what the director had intended for his movies. And like I say again, I love what they do. I can't say enough about them. If you don't own any Criterion movies, here's a couple you might check out yourself. A few of these I have not watched yet, so I can't really go full in-depth detail on all these movies, but I will show them off and talk about them because sometimes I find them at good deals and I pick them up on blind buys, which this first one is right here. This one is from Sidney Lumet. I think I'm saying his name correctly, I hope. Lumet. Sidney Lumet. Henry Fonda, this is 12 Angry Men. I've never watched this movie before. Never. And I've always wanted to see this movie. I got it at a really good deal. I found it used and vintage stock, and so I went ahead and just grabbed this one up. This is the DVD. This isn't the Blu-ray. But yeah, this looks like a very awesome DVD to have. I don't know much about this movie. I just know it's a courtroom drama, and it's basically, about this kid who's who's on trial for murder, and they're basically deciding his fate. And so yeah, Henry Fonda and 11 different actors are in this, and directed by Sidney Lumet. The only thing I know Sidney Lumet from is Before the Devil Knows You're Dead with Ethan Hawke, and I do think he's a good director. And so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. I think this is going to be a great addition to add to the library here. And so yeah, 12 Angry Men, very excited for this one. Looks like a very good movie. And so, next up, this one here, I got really excited for. I found this one while I was out thrifting, which is shocking because you normally don't find Criterions and Scream Factories and stuff like that when you're out thrifting. But yeah, when I was a kid, growing up, I used to read a ton of S.E. Hinton books. Of course, Tex, The Outsiders, and this one right here, a very underrated story from the wonderful S.E. Hinton. This is Rumblefish with Matt Dillon, who has worked with S.E. Hinton and Francis Ford Coppola before in The Outsiders, and he also worked with S.E. Hinton on the movie Tex. And so, yeah, I haven't seen this movie in years. I remember it is a very well done, stylish movie, done in black and white with some colorful add-ins here and there. You got Mickey Rourke, you got Nicolas Cage, a very young Nicolas Cage. And so yeah, I am very excited to watch this one again. I think this is a very good movie. It's just as good as The Outsiders. Of course, Francis Ford Coppola returned to do this movie because he had such a great job, or such a fun time doing The Outsiders, that he wanted to do another one of S.E. Hinton's books. And so yeah, really excited for this one. Rumblefish with Matt Dillon, very awesome. This one I bought new. This is quite possibly one of the greatest baseball movies / sports movies ever made. It's been a while since I've watched this one as well, but it's basically a movie that centers around dreams and just, going for the big time. And it's hard to explain, but Kevin Costner and I believe Tim Robbins star and Bull Durham, very good movie. This is a definite masterpiece in my opinion. And so, but yeah, it's a film by Ron Shelton. Yeah, it also stars Susan Sarandon. But yeah, very good film. Not your typical sports movie. It is very adult in some areas, and so this isn't one that I'd watch with the kiddos. Yeah, this is more of a movie for adults with dreams, I should say. But yeah, Bull Durham. Oh, and I forgot to mention, these also get spine numbers. This one is 936. Rumblefish is 869. And 12 Angry Men is 591. But yeah, guys, Bull Durham, bought it brand new. Been waiting for this to get some sort of good release. I knew it would at some point. And so, yeah, Bull Durham, Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, Tim Robbins. Very good sports movie. If you've never seen it, give it a watch. This one I've never seen, but this is from H.G. Wells. I got this at Barnes & Noble on sale. On one of the flash sales, I got it at half off. This is Things to Come. I'm also a huge fan of H.G. Wells. I love his short stories. I love his books. I've read a ton of his comics. And so, yeah, as a kid growing up, man, I was a huge fan of H.G. Wells. This is one, though, I have not read or seen. And so, this is from 1936. This is a very old movie. But I am really looking forward to checking this one out because I love movies like this. These old classic sci-fi movies. And so, yeah. This one was directed by William Menzies. So, yeah. Things to Come, Criterion. Very excited for that one. So, yeah. And that one is spine number 660. Alright, next up, I got this one used at Vintage Stock at a very good deal. This is Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. I haven't seen this movie since it first came out years and years ago. Of course, I am talking about the one and only Curious Case of Benjamin Button, directed by David Fincher, who did Seven and another favorite movie of mine, Fight Club. Of course, Brad Pitt is in this movie. He's always in David Fincher movies. But yeah, this is spine number 476. I haven't seen this movie in years. I really enjoyed it when I watched it, though. It's pretty long, but it's definitely an interesting movie for sure. Basically, from what I remember, Brad Pitt's character is aging in reverse, I guess you'd say. Instead of, aging like we normally do as human beings, he starts off as an old man and ages all the way back to a baby, an infant, which is yeah, pretty curious. But haven't seen this movie in years. Really looking forward to giving it a rewatch. I'm a huge fan of David Fincher, and so I think he's a good director. And yeah, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and this is the DVD. So yeah, got that one. Next up, one I have never seen, but I got on a blind buy, and I'm really looking forward to this one. This is Hackes Torner. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The Cat People. I don't know if this is Italian or whatnot, but yeah, an old black and white horror movie about cats, about women turning into cats, I guess. Don't know. I haven't seen it. I bought it on a blind buy, brand new. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Sometimes a movie will catch my interest just by the cover alone, and so I'll just immediately grab it up, man. And this one comes with this interesting looking poster. That's pretty neat. So yeah, Cat People, pretty excited about it. Can't wait to watch it. I'm sure it'll be awesome. Like I say again, this is directed by Hackes Torner. If I'm saying the name correctly, feel free to, give me a check in the comments. This is spine number 833. So, yep. Alright, next one. Very excited for this one. Got this one, brand new. This is a booklet of sorts. I have not taken it out of the shrink wrap just yet. I'm preserving it, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. Yeah, this is The Princess Bride. This is spy number 948. Very good movie. If you've never seen this movie, it's an amazing movie. This has everything. It's got romance, it's got action, it's got some drama, it's got comedy. You name it, it's in this movie. And it also has a stellar cast. It's got Peter Falk, Columbo. It's got Fred Savage from the Wonder Years. It's got Andre the Giant from the WWF, or WWE, I guess I should say. But yeah, very awesome movie. And of course, it's directed by Rob Reiner, who's done some amazing work on Misery and Stand By Me. And so yeah, Princess Bride, awesome. Glad to have this one. Very good movie. If you've never seen it, give it a watch, man. It's awesome. And then next up, another one that I could not believe I found used at Vintage Stock. This is a really good movie with Harry Dean Stanton in it. And it is Wim Wenders. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Wim Wenders. I'm not too familiar with this director, but I do love this movie right here. This is Paris, Texas. Yeah, it's basically, how do I explain this movie? It's a very well done movie. It's hard to explain for me. Just me sitting here giving it like a little, backstory, I don't think does it justice. This is one you just have to look up and watch for yourself. But yeah, it's a very well done movie. I really enjoy it. It's very bizarre in some areas, but I don't know. Give it a watch, man. Paris, Texas, Harry Dean Stanton, and so yeah, good movie. Very excited to add that one to the collection, and that one is spine number 501. All right, and then we're getting down to the last two, and this last one isn't even Criterion, but I'll show it off anyways. This one though, Irwin Yarwith Jr. Man, it's a good thing I'm not a school teacher, because I would be butchering everybody's name in the classroom when I did roll call attendance. I'm just telling you right now. Irwin Yarwith Jr.'s The Blob, with Steve McQueen. I am a huge fan of these old school horror B movies. I love this movie right here, The Blob. One of my favorites as a kid. I used to watch this all the time, especially when it come on, like, that TNT channel where they would have like Movie and a Dinner and stuff. And yeah, this is one that used to come on quite frequently, and I would love watching it. I'm a huge fan of Steve McQueen. May he rest in peace. Yeah, Steve McQueen's always awesome. But yeah, this movie right here is definitely a fun B movie. Very impressive, very well done. And if you're into, horror, like 50s horror movies like myself, yeah, this one came out in 1958. Definitely worth the watch, man. The Blob from Criterion, and this is spine number 91. So this one is a pretty older Criterion. So I'm very happy to add this one to the collection. Love The Blob. So yeah, Steve McQueen. And like I say again, this one isn't Criterion, but it's a very good movie. Maybe someday I'll get a Criterion release. This is Clint Eastwood's Letters from Iwo Jima. And so, yeah, I haven't watched this one yet, but I always love Clint Eastwood's movies. I'm a sucker for anything Clint Eastwood, man. I love his directing. I love his acting. I love his movies. And so, Letters from Iwo Jima. I'm really looking forward to watching this one as well. And I actually found this one at Goodwill, brand new, unopened. So I had to I grabbed this one up immediately as soon as I saw it. I just could not believe that it was there, unopened. So that's why I always hit up them thrift stores, because you never know what you'll find. And so, with all that, let's go ahead and do a recap of what I have here. Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and do a quick recap of everything that I picked up. If you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them in the comments. And so, yeah, here we go. Letters from Iwo Jima, Clint Eastwood. Steve McQueen's The Blob, directed by Irwin Yarwith Jr. I hope I'm saying his name right, man. Paris, Texas, with Harry Dean Stanton, and directed by Wim Wenders. The Princess Bride. Awesome little booklet. Very cool. Hacke's Torner, The Cat People, black and white B horror. I'm sure it's B. David Fincher's The Curious Case of Benjamin Button on DVD. H.G. Wells, directed by William Menzies, Things to Come. Ron Shelton's Bull Durham with Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, and Tim Robbins. Almost missed his name. The most one I'm excited for, of course, is Francis Ford Coppola, Rumblefish from S.E. Hinton. And last but not least, Sidney Lumet, 12 Angry Men. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this Criterion Collection. Like I say again, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. So yeah, just getting caught up on all this stuff around me until we're out of quarantine and we can start traveling again. So yeah guys, in the meantime, we'll just stay home, watch movies, be safe, and don't go out unless absolutely necessary. Alright, well, thanks so much again for watching. Take care, like, comment, subscribe.